Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Toluca FC versus Club América in the 2025 Liga MX Clausura final. Second leg aggregate is a 0-0 draw. No away goals, of course. No seeding rules. If it's tied after 90, we're going to extra time. It's that simple. There is no more, no less. If it's tied after 90 tonight on aggregate and on the night, we go to extra time. Whether it's scoring or 0-0, 0-0, we will be going to extra time if it's tied between both these teams. If we have an outright winner at the end of the night, we are over after 90, or at the end of 120 if we do go to extra time. Basically, somebody has to win. Somebody has to win. Well, of course, but a draw tonight helps nobody. It might just extend their season for 30 more minutes, depending on what happens. And then maybe a little bit more. Who knows? But Toluca contra Club América, la Liga MX, Clausura final, partido vuelta, 0-0, global. Yeah, I'm happy Chelsea's in the Champions League. They pulled it off. Now let's go win the conference. It's still a trophy. They haven't won a trophy since the Club World Cup back in 2022. They better go for it. A trophy still matters, even if it doesn't matter about where it puts you. Which, even if they had made the Europa League and lost to Forest, well, it still wouldn't have mattered because they would have went to Europa League anyway. So, technically, it didn't mean anything about where it put them in Europe. It just meant, hey, win a trophy. Panthers. But the Hurricanes actually, I don't know. Like, you could say, no, the Hurricanes just suck. Dallas, I didn't expect the Oilers. You know what? Actually, I expected the Hurricanes to get stomped out. Oilers, the Dallas Stars, I didn't expect this. The only reason they haven't won game is because the Oilers blew a tire third period of game one. Honestly, the Oilers, depending on what it is. How we doing, Isiah? With that being said, we're on our way. They did. I didn't watch the games. I watched the F1 race, then fell asleep. Then watched the third period of the Oilers game. It was what it was. I don't know. Let me see what Irish guy has to say or something. I don't know. Because they are, I guess. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. For Toluca, in goal, we have Luis Garcia, the back five of Diego Barbosa. We have Bruno Méndez, Luan Garcia. We have Federico Pereira, Jesus Gallardo. The midfield three of Marcel Ruiz. We have Jesus Angulo and Franco Romero, and the front two of Alexi Vega and Paulinho. Paulinho is starting. We have Luis Malagón in goal for América, Kevin Alvarez, Israel Reyes, Ramon Juarez, Sebastian Cáceres, Christian Borja, the back five, Alvaro Fidalgo, Jonathan Dos Santos, Eric Sanchez, the attacking midfield three, Alejandro Zendejas, and Henry Martin up top. Because they did. They made the final and actually won. Discounted? That's new. That's new. That they've rarely done that. Didn't even know it was possible for them to do that. discontinued now, well, that's a whole different story. Yes, they're done. Nice. Well, it helps it was Best Buy. You go straight to an Apple store, that ain't happening. Teams are about to walk out. I guess it's the Oilers are that strong. Because I don't think Dallas sucks. I think the Oilers are just that strong. And Rantanen hasn't really showed up that much this series. Shockingly, honestly. So maybe trading Marner for him wouldn't have panned out anyway. Well, yeah, that makes sense. As I said, it's definitely not at the Apple store. But if you go through Best Buy or Amazon, yeah, especially Best Buy. Best Buy's got to hit their overhead at some point, in some way. Yeah. Exactly. Dallas is making a lot of mistakes, but I think Edmonton's forcing them to do that. Yeah, I know. Saw somebody post about it before I got on. Of course, that self-mark wins it. Because Tony Khan will give her everything but the main championship. Plus the other companies giving her everything as well. Big ol'. But we're going to find out what happens tonight. The AEW Women's Championship? No. Well, I don't think she will, but it's bound to happen at some point. Then again, if they weren't going to give it to her, they wouldn't have her win the tournament. So, yeah, I guess she just finally booked herself to win that title, yeah. Well, one going for back-to-back tetracampeon, one going to trying to end the dynasty of the América. That's horrible. Guess what? Toronto's back to 14th place in the Eastern Conference with that, if that holds. Come on, Cincinnati. Just tie up the damn game. Please. Please just tie it up. But at least Montreal drew. So we're still like, what, 2 games ahead of Montreal? Could be worse. Still 2 games away from a playoff. Well, now 3. 2 games away from being right on the line. 2 wins away, I should say. Definitely won't happen on Wednesday, though, because we're playing Philly with 2 suspensions, Bernadeschi and Cozy Thompson, so that's interesting. Yeah. Hate it for Calvin Pickard, but he did. Maybe you don't. You may not. We're going to find out together. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if that series ends in 5. Only reason it wasn't a sweep is because, well, come on, Cincinnati tied up. We pray Cincinnati ties it up. Here we go. If there's a team who wins after 90, they win the trophy. If a team wins after 120, after a draw after 90, champion. Basically, if there's a draw in any way, we go to extra time. Well, good for Thiago Silva. Good. Teams are walking out. Here we go. We're getting closer and closer to this final second leg. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Because it costs less, because surge pricing means the cab or the Uber from the airport to wherever costs more. But a hotel, especially like a Holiday Inn, don't pick something too high. Okay. I'll give you one other tip. Don't pick a hotel that's too high class. Like, I'm not saying walk to an Econo Lodge, but like get picked up in front of a Holiday Inn, not a Radisson, you know? Something like that. Something like that. Probably makes it a little bit cheaper as well on that end as well. So just keep that in mind. But then you could basically be like, well, what about it if it's the airport Holiday Inn? Well, yeah, that might. Or Ramada. Fair enough. But, you know, I won't say Drury Inn because that's around here. But that's true as well. But I was just looking at it from the money perspective. But also, you probably have to pay a higher rate just for them to get there. Also, the fact it takes them a while longer to get there as well. So, Cesar Ramos is the center ref tonight. Drop F to pay respects to my calculus classmate because he's cooked because our final is 30% of the grade, 140 points. Told me our professor gave him 140 on the exam because he caught him cheating. My classmate's cooked. Well, fuck around and find out. I mean, fuck around and find out. You knew that was the possibility. You knew that that was the circumstance, that if you tried to cheat, you wouldn't get anything off the test. You risked it all to try to get a better grade, and you put yourself in that position anyway throughout the year. I would guess, because who would cheat on a final if they didn't have a horrible regular class grade, and they really had to knock it out of the park to pass the class? He had to knock it out of the park to pass the class, and he couldn't trust him to do that himself, so he cheated. Fuck around and find out. It's what you've done the whole time in class that led to that moment. You knew what the consequences were, and you did it. Fuck around and find out. I have no sympathy for him. None. And if you are going to cheat, do it in a way where it's pretty hard to tell. But again, I have no sympathy. Fuck around and find out. So, well, they did that a couple of weeks ago. They just lifted it today. That's higher class, though. Hyatt Regency is higher class, though. Now, if there was a Hilton Garden Inn, I'm telling you. Because he is. Dumbass. Will's a dumbass, I should say. Well, yeah, there you go. Toluca starting 11, Garcia, Gallardo, Pereira, Luan, Garcia, Mendez, Barbosa, Marcel Ruiz, Romero, Angulo, Vega, Alexi Vega, and Paulinho for Toluca for the second leg. So Paulinho does play. Whenever I can. Whenever there's a Forge game that I could do. It might be a little bit. Actual CPL proper game, it might be a little bit. Can Champ, I'll try to do the second leg of the Forge Montreal tie. But we're going to see. It might just be the CPL final. It might just be. I'll try to do one before then, but it isn't the Can Champ, but we'll see. Because he's a dumbass. He doesn't know what he's saying. Well, there you go. Sometimes you could check in early, yeah. It depends. Says Al Ramos. Like, not that early, but if you're there like 15, 20 minutes early, normally I think they let you check in early. Unless they haven't got your room cleaned yet, but also I guess depends on who was in the room if they left earlier. But I've never... I fail to remember a time where we made it early to a hotel and we didn't get to check in early, like 20 minutes early or whatever. Guillermo Pacheco, the VAR referee, starting 11. Malagon, Borja, Cáceres, Juarez, Reyes, Alvarez, Fidalgo, Dos Santos, Sanchez, Zendejas, Martin. So, shit. Well, there you go. Toronto is second bottom of the East again. Damn. Jamal Tiare scored the fourth goal. I mean, it is just points that split up DC, Toronto, Atlanta. But, hey, at least we're not Montreal. Could be worse. And we did beat DC. Game's about to start. Here we go. Because he's working the lucha style again. Not WWE style, which I think that was part of the problem. Exactly. Well, that's fair, yeah. But I'm sure he doesn't want to hear it because he actually was cheating. And he was doing it so obviously that he got caught. So, do with that what you will. And we're off. 0-0, aggregate, 0-0 global. It all matters what happens tonight for this grand final. Second leg, La Final, Partido Vuelta. What happens tonight decides the final, decides the champion. Nothing more, nothing less. Playing forward. Toluca got the draw they wanted on the road. Can they do it in Nemesio Diaz? Exactly. Yeah, I don't. If America wins, I'm done watching Liga MX till they fix the corruption. One side, obvious team. I'm not even rooting for America FIFA Club World Cup. Unfairly how they got in that competition. Well, they're not in it yet. They still have to win. They still have to win next Saturday. And yes, America still has one more game that matters more than this. With the money they can make from winning that game on Saturday, next Saturday, that game matters more than this. So the question is does America, if it looks like it's not going to go their way, do they pull back? Do they let Toluca win? There is some strategy here for America. This is it for Toluca. This is the moment. Playing forward. Tackle, good tackle, but a bad giveaway from Toluca. For Toluca, this is it. This is their season. This is their moment. America still has a game to play just to qualify to the Club World Cup. They have a game to play next week. This is not it. There's some strategy here. Do you go all in for the trophy? Do you go all in for the Tetracampeon? Or when it looks like it's dead, when it looks like the Tetracampeon won't happen, do you pull back and put everything into next Saturday? Do you switch focuses or do you go for it all? If you are America, do you let the chips fall where they may tonight and pray more for next Saturday? Or do you go for both? Damn. 3 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0 esta noche y global. Yes, the Portland Thorns beat the ever-loving Tires off América Femenil, the third place of the Champions Cup. And Tigres lost to Gotham as well. So, NWSL owns Liga MX Femenil is what I took from that. Which, I mean, makes sense because technically NWSL is in the position where Liga MX was when the CONCACAF Champions League became a big thing. MLS was the younger upstart league of the two. NWSL, there were multiple American women's football leagues. NWSL was just the one that worked. I mean, there was the WPS. There was leagues. Liga MX Femenil was the upstart league of the two. Yes, NWSL was the one that worked. But American women's football, club and country, has been further ahead of Mexico's, just like how Liga MX was further ahead of MLS. So it's not a shock that NWSL Gotham won the first CONCACAF W Champions Cup. It's not a shock. It's just like the first time, 2000, well, since MLS became a thing, Liga MX won most of the Champions Cups / Champions Leagues in CONCACAF. Yes, MLS won a couple, and I'm sure that it won't take as long for Liga MX Femenil to win a CONCACAF W Champions Cup. I don't think it'll take as long. Well, or they'll win one or two, but I don't think it'll take as long in between second and third. I know. Good for him. Yeah. I agree with that, but they might not even make it. Like, they're in the play-in. America's in the play-in. They have not even gone into the tournament. They could still lose to LAFC now. LAFC, who draws Montreal, and Montreal probably is not beating America, but that is true. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. Well, I didn't say I didn't say you thought it was funny, or you didn't. I was just talking about the situation. I was just saying I find it kind of funny how it's kind of swapped. Like the Men's Champions Cup, it's sort of the opposite situation. Like NWSL is what Liga MX is to the Men's Champions Cup. The more established league, the better players, the better quality of the two. Especially early on. Especially early on. Seventh minute. They haven't been around as long as Liga MX was, but they're the more. But again, with the WPS having the history it did and multiple women's leagues in the U.S., it kind of has. But not in the NWSL form. Seventh minute, but well, you know what? That's the one thing I think they do right. I prefer a pay-per-view to have 7 or 8 matches or 9 than like 5. I hate these WWE pay-per-view cards that are only like 5 matches. I have an absolute, no, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hell, even UFC cards, even if you add, even without the prelims, there's still about 6 matches per card. Then you add the prelims, and then you have 10, 12, 13, 14 matches, depend on if you're talking about the Fight Pass prelims or the ESPN prelims. So it's, hell, boxing cards aren't even that short. So I don't exactly get what WWE's going after with the short cards. I don't get it. I know WrestleMania was a long card, but that's because it was WrestleMania. I don't. Just. Yeah. I get it. So that's how you didn't get caught. So, you were smart enough to solve it the way he would solve it. Got it. Sometimes you got to be a bit smarter. See what I mean? See what I mean? Sometimes you got to be a bit smarter. Sometimes you got to be smart about how you choose to cheat the system. Not that I ever did. I didn't. But hell. Then again, back when I was in school, it really just was look at somebody else's paper. Besides, didn't need to do that in any other class besides math, and I didn't do it in math because, well, I either do it from day one or I don't. Then again, either way, I didn't do. I agree with that. I don't think he really fit the WWE style. Just wasn't his cup of tea, I guess. Probably needed more FCW time or whatever. And they didn't do that. Which is crazy because they put Del Rio at FCW for a little bit, comparatively. 11 minutes, 0-0, 0-0 esta noche y global. Americas look like the better team. Foul the other way. I think Americas look like the better team so far. which, yeah, the possession definitely matches that. The way Toluca's going, it might just be extra time for those guys. Okay. We have off days Monday and Tuesday, of course, on this channel after tonight. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. All right, playing forward. 12 minutes. Toluca on the ball. Twelfth minute. Garcia kicks it far, headed away. América is really, it looks like they're going for both. It looks like they're going to put everything out there for both these matches. They're not going to try to save gas for Saturday. I honestly, I want Toluca to win. I won't lie. I feel like América, you can't pick against them until they lose. At least especially for the league. So I think América is going to win. Tight game, and the way they're playing looks like it as well. But you would hope that Toluca finds an answer, but the first one. Oh, Vasco's there. Well, it's better than Pochettino. Pochettino hadn't even showed up at an MLS game yet this year. I don't even think he showed up at a Messi game. Pochettino rather be in Argentina or Europe. Fourteenth minute. Over the top. Headed away. Nil-nil. I know. He's doing his job. See, he's doing his job. Pochettino isn't. Well, I guess that's a bad thing to say considering most of the players he called up were MLS players, but I guess he is. He just don't go to games. Free kick for América. Boom. They're looking good so far. 15 minutes. Throw in for América. headed away. Oh, going forward. Good run. Alexi Vega. Still Alexi Vega. And he's going to lose the ball, but it's a throw-in. Throw-in. Really? We're still doing this Amazon box football stand thing? Okay. Yeah, I just heard about that. Legend. It's sad. But he had a life well lived. Did a lot of things. Did a lot for his family. Created an empire. With duck calls and... Hey, do what you got to do. But hope it's sad to hear, but I hope the Lord protects his soul and welcomes him home. Welcomes him home when he steps up to those pearly gates. Praise the Lord and Godspeed. Godspeed. Seventeenth minute. Eighteenth minute. Okay. Player down, hurt. Picture-in-picture commercial here. Playing forward. That's out for a goal kick. Am I crazy, or doesn't the ad boards at Nemesio Diaz just look like they're way closer to the pitch? Like, I love Nemesio Diaz. I think it's one of the best stadiums in Mexico, low key as well. I'd love to go there, but it feels like it's all like the whole stadium is all just pushed up on the pitch. Like it's a very, very, very tight squeeze. Like I've seen some stadiums where the pitch looks like it has a little bit of breathing room compared to the stands. This is not one of those. Like Estadio Universitario, Pumas. Lots of breathing room because of the track. El Volcan has a little bit of breathing room. Azteca, at least in its old form, sure did. 20th minute. Honestly, Booker's Booker. Like, sometimes it definitely, it depends on how I feel the day of. If I enjoy his commentary, I do. If I don't, I don't. Sometimes he's annoying, sometimes he's not. I mean, I've just said, if LAFC drew Montreal in Montreal, they're not beating Club America. I don't see how. But they are playing at BMO Stadium. They are playing at their home stadium, which really doesn't matter considering it's in LA. There's going to be America fans to take that stadium over. At best, you're going to have 50-50 between LAFC fans and America fans. So is it really going to be home field advantage? No. Whether they give it to them or not, it's not going to be home field. But then again, you could say, well, LAFC beat America the preseason just, 4 months ago or whatever? Fair enough, but this is different. This is a $1 million game. More than $1 million game. This costs more than the championship playoff final. For a Club World Cup spot. Will LAFC give their best next Saturday, which we will be live for that game and reviewing it? We will have a triple header stream and review, 3 streams, 3 reviews next Saturday. And we will talk about that play-in final, the repechaje of LAFC América. We will be here for that. But will LAFC play their best game? Possible? Yes, of course. Are they going to win? I don't think so. I don't think it matters. Like, okay, it's LA. Like, we're having LAFC host their game in LA, in their own stadium, when America fans are going to take it over, at least 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more America fans at that stadium than LAFC fans. You want to call that a home field advantage? Hell, what? You don't think the Coliseum's a home field advantage? Offside. You don't think the Coliseum's a home field advantage for LAFC? You don't think so? Anything in LA is going to be a home field advantage for LAFC, except, I guess, the Galaxy Stadium, but even then. Or at least in theory, a home field advantage for them. But America fans they're going to travel. Whether they're in LA or they're coming from Mexico, they're going to travel. Whether you put it BMO Stadium or Bank of California Stadium, or you put it at the Coliseum, or you put it Kroenke's Playground or whatever, they're going to take it over. That's true. That's true. They could also... Is there anything going on at Kroenke's Playground? Playing forward. Blocked away. Toluca had a run there, but it gets blocked away. Back to midfield. Wait, you just want to go, don't you? Because if I remember correctly, you just want to go, do you? You just want to go to a play-in game, do you? That's a bit specific. You know what? Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. And you know what? They deserve it. They got to the gold medal game. They played a good season or a good tournament. You know, the USA deserves it. It's been a long time. And for the USA to win Worlds and Canada to win the 4 nations, that might just lead up to an Olympic final of USA-Canada. Wouldn't shock me, especially if they don't allow Russia. World's champions versus the 4 nations champions. Now, of course, the teams that go will be better. Because, of course, the thing about Worlds is it's during the playoffs. Some people aren't going to go. Because they're either playing for their NHL teams or they don't choose to go, like Austin Matthews, which Nylander still went for Sweden at the end there. So, yeah. But it'll be interesting. You know, I think they deserved it. It was also awesome to see them lift the trophy while holding the Girault jersey. That was awesome. Man, it still hurts. Johnny Gaudreau not being here, it still hurts. But the fact that the USA still remembers him still shows love for Johnny. And Matthew, both the brothers, I think that means a lot. Even the juniors did, which that's wonderful because those juniors, well, I don't know, but they definitely didn't play with him. Maybe some of them were at one of his camps if he held a camp at some point. But that was a lot of respect. I do love what the USA playing for Johnny Gaudreau. And it seems like it won't just be the rest of this year. Like, they will do that for the foreseeable future. Shot, goal! Oh, no! Off the post and out! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Oh! No way! Israel Reyes takes the shot. And it goes off the post and out. Wow, I thought that was going in. He's a good player. Sucks he plays for Buffalo, but very good player. Yep. Posting out. Like, the way that was going, like, physics, I don't know much about physics, but that's honestly shocking to me. Like, that looked like that was going in. Like, I never took physics. I don't know much about physics, but I never really studied physics on my own either. But posting out, that looked like it was going in. That going posting out's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. Probably because it was Israel Reyes. It wasn't an actual striker, but like, you would think the way it was going. I mean, if Tage Thompson played in Toronto, I'd be happy. That seems like a good move. That seems like a good move. Go to Toronto. It ain't far away. You don't have to move that far. Besides, useful player. Very good player. Like, it sucks he plays for Buffalo. If he played for Toronto, he actually would win. Would be awesome on the Toronto lineup. Awesome. Even if Easton Cowan made it up and stuck. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not. Boom. Center. Oh. Okay. Yeah, he was picked by the Blues. Center. I didn't say Tage Thompson benches Austin. Third line center. We keep Tavares. Actually, no. Tage Thompson should be the second line center. Tavares third line. Then Lawton the fourth line. Get rid of Kampf. Get rid of Kampf, Holmberg, and Yarncroke. Please, God, I cannot do this. Please get rid of Kampf, Yarncroke, and Holmberg. That would be good, please. Tage Thompson, second line center. If we keep Tavares, third line. If we don't, whatever, we'll something else. Austin first, Tage second, John Tavares third line, Lawton fourth line, because he came over with term. He wasn't a free agent. Kampf should be gone. Yarncroke should be gone. Holmberg should be gone. Cowan, he can replace Marner. He can replace Marner. He's a better version of Marner anyway, and younger. Do you see what Easton Cowan's doing with the London Knights? He can make it to the NHL instantly. I think he'll break camp with the Leafs and stick, like Marner did, speaking of London Knights, after their draft year, finally able to go to the NHL. I think he'll stick. I think he'll stick. He'll be the Marner replacement. Say you can't replace a 100-point player. He's better. Tougher, too. Like, he's everything Marner is, but tougher. Easton Cowan. I'd like to see how that goes. Cowan, Matthews, Nyes. Nylander, Thompson. No. No. Cowan, Matthews, Nyes. Thompson, Nylander, Domi. Tavares, McMahon, Robertson. If we get, well, I'd rather have Thompson than Sam Bennett, honestly. Lawton, Pacioretty, or keep Pacioretty on Tavares' line with Robertson on the third line. Lawton, McMahon, and damn. Let's see. Still don't want Yarncroke or Holmberg there. Hell no. Not even on the fourth line. No. 31st minute, 0-0. That'll be interesting. Maybe it's useful. Honestly, well, who would you trade for Tage Thompson? Ben Danford. There you go. We have a defensive core. We have a D core. That's not the problem. Oh, Morgan Rielly and Ben Danford. There you go. Morgan Rielly to Buffalo for Tage Thompson. There you go. There we go. That's perfect. There we go. That's perfect. Lovely. That'll work for me. And if we have to throw Ben Danford in there, sure. And Yarncroke. And we'll throw Yarncroke in there. There you go. Yeah, good. Yeah, get rid of Yarncroke or Holmberg in that trade as well. There you go. Perfect. It's Buffalo. You think they won't take it? There you go. 33rd minute. Exactly. That's my point. Oh. Actually, I got a better idea. Byram and Thompson for Morgan Rielly, Ben Danford, Yarncroke, and Holmberg. Yes! There we go. So Byram replaces Rielly, or they move Tanev up and Byram slots in. If we don't have to trade Ben Danford and it's just Rielly, Yarncroke, and Holmberg, great. That'll be awesome. For Byram and Thompson, there we go. Because he wants a trade too. I'll take that. He wants a trade too. Can't be worse than Morgan Rielly. Can he? Can't be worse than Morgan Rielly, can he? Morgan Rielly's worse. Yeah, he's a defenseman. Yeah, I'd rather have him than Morgan Rielly. Honestly. Yeah. 35th minute. Yeah, he already requested a trade. Yeah. Thompson and Byram for Morgan Rielly, Holmberg and Yarncroke. Maybe a pick. Yeah, but Morgan Rielly has had like 7 D partners since he became a Leaf. Even, well, just during the competitive window, and he sucked with all of them. You put Byram with Brandon Carlo, it can't be worse, right? Can't be worse. Hell, you put Byram with Chris Tanev, can't be worse, right? You put Byram with OEL, it can't be worse, right? It can't be worse, right? They got Tanev to put with Riley. That didn't work. They got Carlo to put with Riley. That didn't work. They put Muzzin with Riley. Didn't work. It's never worked. He's trash. What I know is anybody they trade to put with Morgan Riley, it doesn't work. Get him gone. You put Bowen Byram with Chris Tanev, it might actually work. It might actually work. Or OEL. Okay. Morgan Riley certainly ain't the first. I didn't say Byram was a straight trade for Riley. Tanev is the best. OEL. No. Tanev, Carlo, OEL. Benoit. Hell, who knows? Mermis might make it. But as long as Riley's gone, hey, that's money off the table. Which is good. If we're going to get rid of the shit guys, let's get rid of Morgan Riley. Let's get rid of Morgan Riley. We're getting rid of the shit guys. Let's go. Marner gone. Riley gone. That's money off the table. Hey, he might not even play. Have you ever heard of Dakota Mermis? He played pretty well when he had to. But Tanev's still there. OEL's still there. We got Carlo still there. Benoit. Riley sucks. That's the problem. I didn't say Byram had to be number one. Well, that's a problem. 38th minute. I didn't say he had to be number one, though. OEL. Yeah. I just want Morgan Riley gone. Hell, maybe we could flip Byram for somebody else. Maybe we could flip him for somebody else. Just so we could get Riley gone and we could flip him for somebody else. I don't know. Riley, it seems like that would get the deal done for Thompson. I just want Thompson. Then you could flip Byram again for somebody else. If not, at the beginning of the season, trade deadline. It won't be Cam Fowler, I know that much. The Blues are actually good. So, okay. I don't think they trade him. I don't know. Cross in, header, cleared. Toluca has a shot, wide. Don't. No. He has. Guess who he played for before he played for the Oilers? Guess who? Guess who? Honestly, no. Like, here's the thing. If we could get Brad Marchand to play for the Leafs, I would be all in for that. Like, Brad Marchand seems like a cool guy. It's just that he's an asshole when he doesn't play for your team. But, like, Marchand plays for Canada. I enjoy when he does that. I liked him when he did that. I don't think I feel the same way about Sam Bennett. But if Brad Marchand came to the Leafs, he grew up a Leafs fan. Wouldn't it be funny if, as a free agent, he said, you know what? I'll go there. And they get him. Honestly, I'd enjoy it. I like what Marchand does. You know, I like what he does. I hate that he's been a thorn in the Leafs side. but that's just who he is as a player. I think he's a pretty funny guy. I think he's a good dude. He knows how to get under people's skin. If he played as a Leaf, I think I'd love Marchand as a player. I mean, just like when he plays for Canada, I think he'd become a quick fan favorite if he was a Leaf. Because he'd be doing it for us instead of against us. But, he has his way, He's not Tom Wilson, He's not Sam Bennett. There's a difference. Like Sam Bennett, I legit can't stand him. Anthony Stolarz has term. He's still going to be a Leaf next year. Anthony Stolarz is still a Leaf next year. And Wolff's still going to be there as well. So I'm not worried about the goalies or the D-core, except I want Morgan Rielly gone. That's all. Plays it through. Paulinho doesn't get there, out for a goal kick. But other than that, Stoley's going to be there. Stolarz is going to be there. Wolff's going to be there. They're still Leafs. That's not a problem. They had term. Stolarz had term. Wolff's still on his ELC, I think. So, Wolff contract is a bargain. Yep. .43rd minute. Playing forward. Here they go. Paulinho. Malagon gets there first. Oh. They need to stop the game for 2 minutes. Hey. Stop the game. Stop the game for 2 minutes. Stop the game for 2 minutes. No. Stop the game for 2 minutes. Stop the game for 2 minutes. That's a warning. Honestly, I buy a Monterey Cristiano jersey. So, stop the count. 44th minute. .44th minute. .44th minute. Wow. Oh, that's the other Matt Murray. Oh. I forgot there's 2 Matt Murrays. Stop the steal. Stop the steal. 44th minute. 0-0. Settle. Playing forward. 45th minute. See more Ronaldo jerseys than Messi jerseys. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Well, that would be interesting. Getting to the last couple of minutes. .46th minute. Yeah. Get your gut right. Flights are no joke. Well, I didn't realize that was such... Okay. But yeah, no, I think doing a cleanse wouldn't suck. Well, that doesn't sound... I think doing a cleanse wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. So, 46-minute. That's just me. $46-minute. Well, I didn't know Papaya did that. Halftime, 0-0. 0-0 esta noche y global. Miro tiempo. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. And it looks like if this holds for another 45, we're going to extra time. But we still have 45 minutes for one goal to shut this game down. 3 halves of 0-0 football. Okay. 0-0 at the half and on aggregate. On the night and on aggregate. 0-0 esta noche y global. Miro tiempo. We're going to see how the second half goes. Take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight. We will be back. 45 more minutes, possibly more. We shall see. Sit tight. We will be back. Yesterday was last training for Cristiano Ronaldo, Al Nassr, Messi's scamming days. MLS be over. Cristiano's coming to Mexico or Brazil. Hey, you know what? That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to watch if he does for the Club World Cup or just stays. Monterrey probably, but sit tight, be back. Stats the half after the break. Back for the stats at the half? Probably. Because the team is fraudulent. Kind of half his fault, too. With that being said, 41% possession to 59% possession, 5 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 0, 125 accurate passes, 74% to 210, 84%, 4 fouls to 4, 1 corner to 1, 5 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 0, 169 passes to 251, 74% pass accuracy to 84, 13 throws, 13, 1 offside to 1, 0 red. 0 yellow cards, 0 red cards, 0 0-0 at the half, 0-0 at middle tiempo, 0-0 on aggregate, 0-0 y global, esta noche y global. Toluca, honestly, América's been the better team. I think Toluca is absolutely lucky that they have not been scored on. I think they've played, I wouldn't say horribly, but I definitely believe that Toluca could be better. They've had a couple of chances against the run of play, but they've allowed América to dominate the run of play. But we'll see how the second half goes, I think. Yeah, I understand how that feels. I understand the feeling. Understand the feeling. That sounds pretty good. But there's 45 more minutes, still a tie. Anything could happen. We could go to extra time. This could keep going. We could have a 1-0 win on aggregate and on the night. Or we could have somebody absolutely rush out to a big win after in the fourth half of this tie. Anything could happen. And I'm interested to see where this goes. But second half about to start. Second half about to start. Ehlers would immediately fix the Habs' second line problems. The thing that sucks is honestly, I would love to see Ehlers in Toronto. I feel like this could. I mean, he could also fix the Habs, but I think Ehlers in Toronto would be nice as well. I hope. Like, honestly, either team makes sense for him. If you want a Marner replacement for cheaper money, that would be Ehlers, I think. Even if he doesn't play on the first line. I honestly think he'd be a little bit tougher in the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see. But I could see him being good for the Habs as well. Damn. Hagelin's got a fractured rib. Additionally, damage to the lung. Damn. That sucks. Good idea. Good plan. Good plan. Damn. Second half about to start. How much longer? It's got to be soon. 59 minutes till the second half. Is it raining in Mexico? Or is Fat Mob just having a freaking panic attack? Hold on. Oh, it is raining. Oh, light rain. What was your prediction for this game? América wins. It just says light rain, though. Thunderstorms tomorrow. Yeah, it just looks like light rain. That's the morning. Doesn't look thundery. Okay. Doesn't look like thunder. June 12th, we will be a year away from the World Cup. But we'll see how the second half starts. Who's looking worse between the Hurricanes and Stars? Unexpectedly, the Stars. Truly worse Hurricanes. Here comes the second half. Here we go. So it took a little bit longer to start the second half. Just a little bit over 15 minutes. Here we go. Anything could happen. 45 minutes to decide a champion or decide if we're going to extra time. Because that's still possible. Oh, had it on regular old Univision. Oh. There it is. Yeah, me too, honestly. Didn't expect Edmonton to basically stomp them out for 3, 6, 8 periods of 9 throughout the series. Here we go. Second half, here we go. He quieted down. It's like the hockey gods were like, oh, the Leafs are blaming Marner for not taking the trade to Carolina. Okay, we'll have Mikko Rantanen quiet down against the Edmonton Oilers just to prove that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Leafs are the Leafs. Yeah, that was honestly shocking. Like, Mikko Rantanen skating away from the puck was like so, I don't know, man. Like, that was just so unexpected. Like, that he just skated away from the puck when McDavid went by him. I'm like, either you're going from a horrible line change, or you just pulled a punk move. I don't know which. Like, I did not expect that out of him. 45th minute. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe before you go for the line change, put in a poke check at least. Or maybe somehow try to maybe just not hit the guy completely, but at least, like, shoulder check him. I don't know. If you're going to have to go for a line change, but maybe see out the freaking shift. What if he loses his edge? Well, that didn't happen, didn't it? 45th minute. You know what I found that's, like, cool, though? Yeah. But at least they have Rantanen for 7 more years. Or is next year the 8-year on the contract, or that starts the 8 years. Either way, they have more time with him. So do that what you will. But you know what I found that was cool? Like, this store called Hockey Stick Man, they have, like, a hockey stick, like their Pro Blackout. They made a red version of it, like all red. Like, all red. If I played a lot of floor hockey / street hockey / ice hockey, just any hockey in general, I would buy that stick. That, like, red stick. Dude. All red. Fire truck red. Dude. So next year starts the 8-year deal. Okay. So they got him for 8 years. But, like, just imagine this, though. Like, a stick that's, like, this red, like all from like handle to blade. Just imagine like white handle, like you take some white tape for the knob, about 20 passes, have a knob there, black grip tape. Then you put some regular black tape over the grip to stick it down. And then if you're going to like write somebody's initial on there, put it on there on like silver Sharpie or something, or number or whatever. Initial and number, somebody's initial and number, silver Sharpie, blade, full sock, toe to heel, full sock, black tape. Wow. Like, wow, that'd be cool. On a red stick, all red stick, full sock of black tape on the blade, black grip handle. Silver Sharpie on the riding on the handle or the bottom of the grip. White knob. Red stick that isn't, dude, that's. Henry Martin is off for a Girault. Dude, seeing that makes me want to play more hockey, whether it's floor hockey, street hockey, roller hockey, ice hockey, whatever it is. Just so I could have a reason to buy that stick and do that. Make it look the way I, man, just imagine. 49th minute. Coolest thing I've seen, an all red hockey stick, dude. I mean, red's my favorite color, but they also have an all blue one as well. But you can't tell me an all red hockey stick with a black tape full sock on the blade, toe to heel, isn't drip. You can't tell me it's not. Can't tell me it's not. 50th minute. On most, yeah, I would agree with that. But like on a red stick, like a fully red stick, black tape on the grip and black tape on the grip and the blade on a full red stick, dude. That'd be flashy. That'd be sauce. That would be sauce. If you're gonna write somebody's initial on the freaking the edge of the grip, silver Sharpie on black tape, dude, drip. I don't know, white knob or, well, they don't have red tape, but like white tape for the knob, just a little bit. 51st minute, just a little bit, just to, I guess, for the difference. Like to know that's where the knob is, just to, yeah. Yeah. Shot blocked away. '51st minute. Be funny if Marchand goes to Toronto. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it at all. I'd be happy if he does. Like, I'd love to see Marchand on the Leafs. And I guess he replaces what Tage Thompson would be. Well, do you center him? You can play him on the wing or the center. That's the good thing. Do you play him on Matthews's? I don't know, man. How we doing, Sebas? See, here's the thing, though. If the Leafs did get Marchand, could you still get a guy like Tage Thompson and put Marchand on his line, on his wing? Or do you put him on Tavares' line? Do you keep Tavares, get Marchand, and have Marchand be your 3C, or do you put him on the line with Tavares? Because I don't know if you put him on your first line with Matthews and Nyes. I don't know if you do that. But Nylander, Tavares, Marchand, if you went that way, oh my God. Now you could say, but he could be on the third line. That's what the Panthers do. Lawton, Marchand doesn't sound bad either. I won't even lie. Lawton, Marchand, Domi don't sound bad either. I won't even lie. I won't even lie. Probably would be better if we didn't put him on the first line. I don't exactly, or Domi, Tavares, Marchand, maybe. If you want to go Nylander, Nyes, Matthews, header. Do you really want to do that, though? I don't know. I don't really want Matthews and Nylander on the same line. Like, power play, of course. Yeah, they're going to be on the same power play. I don't want, like, I feel like that's overkill. I feel like Matthews, Nylander, Matthews, Nyes is an overkill line. I think, here we go again. You talk about the fight or me talking about hockey? The Leafs should be playing right now. So, typical América. Okay, I was like, yeah, typical. But you're still going to get me talking about the Leafs until they move on during the summer. The Leafs should be playing right now. Let's be real. They win Game 3, they'd be playing right now, and they'd probably be going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So they blew it, but still. Since people are going to ask. But either way, I don't really want a first line of Nylander, Matt, and Nyes. I want Nylander on the second line. Of course, he's on the power play with Matthews and Nyes. I'm not saying he isn't. He should be. I want him on the second line. I want Nylander on the second line. I feel like a Matthews, Nylander, Nyes line is overkill. And that really says your depth didn't really get that much better anyway. Which that's the plan for the summer, is to get more depth. But what if they put Marchand on the second line with Tavares and Domi? VAR. Please don't tell me Toluca's going down a man. They're going to go down a man, aren't they? VAR. VAR. Let's see what it is. They're going to check VAR. Talking to the refs at least. Says all Ramos going to VAR. Oh, Lord. Jardinet, it's getting chippy. 56th minute. We'll see where this goes. Or not. I guess not. He's pulling back, actually. Barbosa, if anything, the foul might be on Toluca. And then Fidalgo started the fight. Or not. Yeah, no, he pulled back. Game's not gone. Like, actually. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Boom. Actually, here's what I'm talking about. Because why not? Actually, here's what I'm talking about. Just so you can see it. There's the hockey stick I was talking about, the link to it. So, if you care about what I was talking about, that's what I was talking about. That's cool. Like, I need to play more hockey, whether it's floor hockey, ice hockey, roller hockey, street hockey, just have a reason to buy it. I have half of mine just to play so I can buy it. Like, that's cool. Like that. Saw it on TikTok first. It's cool. Actually, also they said it's like pro stock on retail as well. So, because turns out, yeah, Steve Dangle plays beer league, yeah. And the funny part is he's a -2. Hey, he admitted that. Hey, he admitted that he was a -2. I can't say I'd be any better. At least I'd be playing the wing though. Like I'd be playing on the wing, like the left wing. I wouldn't be playing defense. I think Steve's a defenseman. I mean, yeah, he could still be a minus playing on the wing, but I think everything I can tell from, I think Steve's a defenseman. Like when he plays. Like when he played floorball, he played defenseman. I think that's what he chooses to play. Steve's a forward. Oh. So floorball was different then. Okay. So he just chose to play defense during floorball. Okay, so his team is shit then. Okay, got it. So, I don't know. Maybe it is his fault he's a minus. Honestly, I only really made that assumption because of floorball. Because that was basically floor hockey for the warehouse games, and he was playing defenseman there. And everything else you can't really tell. So I was like, oh. So honestly, I made that assumption because of floorball. That he was a defenseman. So he's like that guy on a pickup game where they're like, yeah, you're not good enough. Play defense. So you're like that pickup basketball guy game or the pickup game. Then again, I know how that feels during floor hockey. They threw me in net a couple of times in high school. Like during PE, we like played floor hockey for like 2 weeks all 4 years. I got thrown into net a couple of times. I don't think I was that bad, but I did get thrown into net a couple of times. Were those some bad days for me? Yeah. I went full Mitch Marner in Game 7 when I got thrown into net. I won't even lie. I won't even lie. That did happen. But those were some bad days for me. But I don't think I was that bad. I normally started on the left wing. Yeah. Sometimes I played defense. Like, I played everything, honestly. I played center a couple of times. I centered a couple of times. Mostly left wing. I played defense a little. I got thrown into net a couple of times. By the way, that was just a stick. That was just a stick, so it wasn't that fun. But I'd say most of the time it was left wing. But I centered a couple of times. CONCACAF Champions Cup final. Yeah. If you could wing, you could center, I would say. CONCACAF Champions Cup final. That's Sunday, next Sunday. Wide. I think we may be going to extra time with the way this is going. Another boring game. I will say, I always was very good at forechecking. Like, I'll tell you, one thing you can't say about me, I always forecheck. Like, I was a freaking menace. Like, that's why I didn't understand getting thrown into net or, like, put on defense. Like, I always finished my checks. I don't understand. Like, if I wasn't forechecking, if I didn't finish my checks, I understand it. But, dude, like, forechecking, dude. See the puck, go for the puck. See the puck, go for the puck. Like, it's like pressing in football. I've always been, like, even if you're not scoring or assisting, you press. You forecheck, you press. You try to get them to make mistakes. Shot wide. See, I didn't totally understand. But like, I'm not Mitch Marner. I forecheck. Like, I mean, even if I'm not scoring or assisting or putting on good passes, I forecheck, man. I'm not Mitch Marner. I don't freaking. I'm short too. Like, I'm short too. But I forecheck. Like, I finish my checks. I never see, even during the Florida series, I'm going to say this, even during the Florida series, I didn't see Mitch Marner finish his checks. Cross in for Toluca. Alexi Vega to take. Are we behind on TUDNA? Ball crossed in. Header. Goal! 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 Toluca! 1-0. Esta noche global. Goal de Toluca. A header in. 1-0. Off the corner. They headed in. It's 1-0 at Nemesio Diaz. They are 25 minutes away from a championship. They held their own until they could get one. And there it is. I think it's Angulo. 66th minute. Hell, Font Mob's behind, honestly. Almost missed that because of a spotter. I saw the goal because you said there was a goal. Let's see the replay. Vega crosses it in. Boom. No, it was headed in. $23. No, it was Paulinho. I think it was Paulinho, actually. I think it was Paulinho. Luan. No, it was Luan. Luan Garcia with a header. It was 13, not 23. Those numbers got me fooled. Luan Garcia scored the header. Okay. 1-0. Went up for it. 66th minute. 1-0. Boom. Trick Williams won the TNA title. What? They had Joe Hendry lose to Trick. Wow, that's okay. Good. But again, but I will say, being a plus minus in hockey, there's a difference between that's cool. There's a difference between being a plus or a minus because your team sucks or a minus because you suck. There's a difference. There's a difference. It was Luan Garcia scored the goal, 66th minute. Well, it was only 66, not 666. If you're trying to make a reference to the Diablo thing. Damn. So, hey, they had a really good season. They were top of the table. They were top of the table throughout the second half of the season. They earned home field, not home ice, home field. Yeah, that's they suck. Like a -2 in one game is like, hey, okay. You might suck. It may be your team. -17, -15 throughout the playoffs, and you're somehow in the Western Conference final? How? Like, you suck, but how? Like, how? What? 7 games, 6 games? I mean, I've seen it. It's hard to wrap my head around, Like, -17, -15 through the playoffs, and you're somehow in the Western Conference final. Like, if you have 2 players on your own team, like, that bad? -17, -15. Player down hurt. Like, I can't believe you're in the Western Conference finals. Like, that's gotta suck. And that means that's 2 of your 2 different lines / pairs. So how? Like, is Mikko Rantanen legit the only reason you're in the Western Conference Finals? But it makes more sense considering the fact that the Oilers are absolutely just stomping the shit out of the Stars. Maybe the Stars aren't that good. Maybe Mikko Rantanen was just that good until he cooled down. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe Dallas isn't that good. Davila's on for América. Paulinho's off for Robert Morales. Oh, that's a smart decision. Oh, look at that. Easton Cowan slides the pass under the stick of a defender to get it to Kasper Haltunen, Jacob Julien to give the London the lead late third period. Easton Cowan keeps making plays. And people think Easton Cowan won't be the Marner replacement. You are delusional. You don't know puck. You don't know puck. Easton Cowan is going to break camp with the Leafs. And he's going to be playing on the first line. And he's going to stick. Book it. I'm saying it now. Book it. Talk to me in October. Talk to me in October. Hell, at the end of October. Like I said, stick, not just break camp on the first line. I mean, stick. Talk to me in November then. Talk to me in November. '73rd minute. So, with that being said, Toluca playing forward. Can they get a second goal? They have to hold on. Right now, all they have to do is hold on, but it would be really nice if they got a second goal. Vega pops it, cleared away. Throw in for América. '75th minute. One 0. Good tackle. Throw in 75th minute. 15 more minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Toluca leads. 3 halves and no goals. They get a goal. We're going to see. Substitution. Substitution for Toluca and Gulo's coming off. Okay. We're about to have a Mexican champion that isn't named América if they could just hold on for 15 minutes. Isn't that crazy? Unexpected. Unexpected. That is sort of, not just sort of, it is unexpected. It's been a while. It's been 4 tournaments. '77th minute. Hector Herrera is on. Well, yeah. Just hopefully he doesn't spit at the ref again. Then again, well, no. Was he there when the Open Cup happened? Wasn't he there for that? I think he was. So he did win some with him. Houston. Yeah, don't spit at the ref. 77th minute. Well, I don't live in New York, so it's not up to me. It's not up to me. I don't live in New York. My bad. Penalty. Playing forward. Making a run. Making a run. Tackle in the box! Penal, penal, penalty para Toluca. Penal, penal, penalty. Penal para Toluca. Toluca has the penalty. I don't know. I feel like that tackle might have happened outside the box, but it's at least a foul and a yellow card. Let's see. No, he got him. As he walked into the box, he got him. It's a penalty, just barely. You dumbass. You dumbass. And of course, it's Cáceres. Of course it is. Of course it's Cáceres. Of course it is. Get out! Clown of the week. Cáceres, clown of the week. Clown of the week. Clown of the week. You just won clown of the week. All you had to do was not that. All you had to do was not that. And you did that. Get out! I mean, he did clip him on the top of the foot. I think he was just in the box as the foul was. He was just in there. Clown of the week. Worst comes to worst, it's still a free kick, though. Bad thing about Toluca is, well, Alexi Vega's their penalty taker now. It's not Thiago Volpi, so this might not go in. 79th minute. If it does, you're done. Was it pretty? No. Not that. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't do that. They will check VAR because, well, it's the final. Robble. Robble. I mean, he got him on top of the foot. And I think he had just crossed the line before as he got him on top of the foot. I could see it being overturned. If it does, it wouldn't totally shock me. But there's a possibility it gets overturned. I've heard it too. It's a penalty. Okay. Alexi Vega to take the penalty. 81st minute. If he scores this is probably what will wrap up the championship for Toluca at their own stadium. If he can score this, it's going to be, if anybody could come back from down 2 with 10 minutes to go to send it to extra time, it's América, but it's going to be tough. This might be what decides the championship if this is slotted home by Alexi Vega. Can he complete the redemption arc? Can Alexi Vega complete the redemption arc? We'll find out. Long run up. Long run up for Vega versus Malagon. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de Toluca! Goal de Alexi Vega! 2-0! Esta noche igual! Malagon went the right way, but it still got put into the back of the net. He still scores. 2-0. And that should be the one. Alexi Vega with 9 minutes to go. gives Toluca the 2-0 lead on the night. On the night and on aggregate. That's going to be the one. 82nd minute. Malagon went the right way, but not far enough. Boom. As they should. They haven't won anything in over 10 years. I love seeing them be happy. I love seeing curses be broken. Just like the rest of the football world, another curse may be broken. It's not over yet. If anybody could score in 10 minutes, to take this, if anybody could score 2 in 10 minutes to take this to extra time, it's América. Goal kick. They just didn't even show the free kick. What are we doing? 84th minute, 2-0. Toluca, if they hold on, that's another curse broken. Tottenham, 17 years, Europa League champion. Crystal Palace, first trophy ever. Harry Kane wins his first ever trophy. There's been so many curses broken this year in football. Can Toluca do another? Well, yeah, that's true. So more like 20 minutes. That's a good point. You have a point. Probably more like 20. That's true. Javairo's on for Christian Borja. If Toluca scores for stoppage time, that's not a good sign. Once we get to 90 minutes, then it'll be about 10. To score 2 goals. Rodriguez is on for Alvarez. 85th minute. I don't think LAFC is going to have a crowd as good as Toluca's. Are you really comparing Bank of California Stadium to Estadio Nemesio Diaz? Like, Estadio Nemesio Diaz is low-key one of the most home field tilted stadiums and one of the best stadiums low-key in Mexico. I wish I could go to Estadio Nemesio Diaz. I'd love to go to a game there. Especially if it's like Toluca versus somebody that isn't a certain other team in red. They'd probably be wearing white that night. Or whatever they choose to make their away kit. Either way. Like, I'd love to go to a Toluca game where they're playing América or Tigres or somebody else. Or Atlas. There we go. Yeah, there you go. I'd love to go to Estadio Nemesio Diaz. It seems like a beautiful, amazing stadium. It seems like a stadium where it's very much one of the strongest home field advantages with the way it's built in Mexico. It's very interesting. And I have to say, 86th minute, it's an amazing stadium. LAFC stadium is not Nemesio Diaz. It is not. That it is not. And I certainly think there will be at least 50-50 with América fans at that stadium. If not more América fans than LAFC fans. It's not as unfair as you think. And basically, on paper, you're still the better team. And on paper, América is still the better team over LAFC. So you're just crying for no reason. I'm sorry, you're crying for no reason. Yeah, exactly. I don't even think they're that good to get it to penalties. And then let's see how they decide to do that. Will it be just straight to penalties, or will we have to play extra time? I don't even know if they'd survive 30 minutes of extra time, to be real, against América. They maybe could survive 90. with a tie. I don't think they could survive 120. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm not putting that up. I'm not putting that up. Not a good idea. I'm not putting that up. Not a good idea. No. I know way too much Spanish now. That ain't no. 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 If I did, I also know way too much Spanish to use the. I don't. No. Hey, you've had 3 titles. You're depressed? Hey, if you win next Saturday, you go to the Club World Cup. 1. Second of all, you've won 3 straight titles. What? Losing Tetracampeon? You had to lose at some point. You know that, right? You had to lose at some point. You know that, right? Like, 3 out of 4 titles is... Like, 3 out of 4 titles, like, that's still something to be proud of. Like, I'm a Patriots fan. Like, I've seen the Patriots make 3 straight Super Bowls and only win 2. You're going to lose at some point. I've seen the Patriots make 5 straight AFC title games and still not make it to the Super Bowl 2 of those years. Sometimes you're going to lose at some point. And I'm surprised I'm saying that. Probably helps the rest of my team suck ass. But I also have the other side of the coin that Toronto teams suck ass. Just because I was a Patriots fan, I know the other side of fandom, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes you got to lose at some point. Do I wish they lost Super Bowl 42? No, I wish the Patriots won that one. I would trade like at least 2 of the Super Bowls for 42. No joke. But either way. Well, that dynasty died and then got revived when Jordan was unsuspended from being his gambling problems. He didn't retire. He got suspended. They just made it look like a retirement. He had a gambling debt. He had gambling problems. He got suspended for gambling. That's why he played baseball for a year. It was a quiet suspension. Then he unretired. They won 3 more finals. He retired. They never won again. 7 minutes of stoppage time, 2-0. Dynasties die. Hell, look at the Warriors. Look at the Heat. Look at the Patriots. The Patriots almost had one for 20 years, and then it died. It's hard to win for let alone 2 years in a row, let alone 20. 8 minutes. Yep, 8 minutes. But torneos cortos or torneos largas. I think that's the right term. Either way, long tournament or short tournament. Did they do that 4 years in a row or 2 bicampeonatos? Which one was it? That must have been long tournaments. It must have been. Hold on. That doesn't sound right. Wait, that doesn't. I'm trying to look at this. That doesn't sound right. They have more titles than, well, yeah. 91st minute. That must be. I don't know. I have to look it up. It doesn't seem like it's that recent. It might be actually 4 years in a row, which is honestly better than winning 4 straight torneos cortos, but okay. It's still not the same. That's 2 seasons. That's 2 years in a row, 4 trophies. Not 4 years in a row, 1 trophy each. That's honestly still better. 92nd minute, if that's the case. Like, it's easier to win bicampeonato. Well, it's not easy, but it's easier to do 2 straight bicampeonato. That's easier. That's 2 years, not 4. 1958 to 1962. So 58, 59, 60, 61. 58, so 59, 60, 61, 62. Yeah, that's 4 straight years. Boom. Yeah. Long tournaments. Okay. Long tournaments. Winning 2 straight bicampeonatos isn't the same. That's 2 tournaments per 2 years. That's 2 years. 2 years. That's different. That's different. But that's the way it works now. It does. Alexi Vega's off, 93rd minute. '94th minute, halfway through stoppage time. Toluca has 4 minutes. They're going to win this trophy. They are going to win this trophy. They're going to win this trophy. Going forward, here's a chance. Toluca goes down. Just outside the box, no foul. Hmm. 94th minute. 15 years of Toluca failure is over. 15 years. Man, God wanted to break curses this year, but only in football. Why? Goal and an assist in this match. Alexi Vega, man of the match. Really, God? Really? You couldn't let the Leafs break their curse, but all these football curses? Really? Really? Why? Why? Everybody else is happy but me. Well, okay, no, I'm happy, but not about my hockey team. I'm a happy man, but not about my hockey team. Well, you want me to be just happy and not super happy? Okay, that. Don't even go there. No, I won't be pissed about that. Please, God, no. Please, God, no. The Leafs' heartbreak was enough. '96th minute. Fair enough. But an Oilers-Leafs final would have been so much better than a Panthers versus Oilers rematch. You love to see it. Smoke. Smoke. I love it. Ultras. Barra Bravas. I love it. Well, you almost blinded your own keeper. You're lucky that didn't go in. They almost blinded their own keeper. Okay, that may be the problem. Wait for the freaking final whistle. Smoke. Right time for me to get smoke. Right time for me to get smoke. Right time for me to smoke it up. Smoke. Are you smoking yet? 97th minute, 2-0. 2-0 esta noche. Well, yeah, but when that ball was coming in, though. Better now. Oh, it's better now. But that last ball that came in, ooh. Oh my God, the freaking salt that would come from that is, especially if they somehow tied it up with the last 2 minutes. 1 more minute to go. Save it. Don't. Save it. I'm happy for Toluca, man. They deserve it. They had such a good season. Super Líder hosted the second leg of the final. Full time. Oh, they already called full time. Okay. Full time. Toluca are the champions. Toluca, la campeón de la clausura de la Liga MX. 2-0 esta noche global. Toluca, the champions. 15 years. The wait is over. Once again, 11 championships for Toluca. They did the job. The América dynasty is over. No tetracampeón. No back-to-back-to-back-to-back. Toluca ends the dynasty of América. Toluca out of nowhere. Turco Mohamed wins another championship. His fourth. Man, I'm happy for Toluca, man. Deserved. With that being said, I don't know. I think, didn't the board say 7, then they moved it to 8 anyway? Maybe it was the smoke anyway. I don't know. But Toluca won. It wasn't like América was going to score 2 goals in 30 seconds, right? There was no way. So, this is true. They did. With that being said, Toluca are the champions. La campeón de la Liga MX Clausura. Toluca. Well deserved. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send chats on the live stream. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this final. And Toluca did the job. Congratulations. Felicidades Toluca. Commiserations to América. We move. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.